I am not surprised that the first tip that Domit gave in her book in part 1 was to create an outline. It's the absolute best tip that you could have. Now, I know there are some people who are afraid of or despise or just hate outlines. So maybe you don't want to create, you're like, I don't want to create an outline for my story. Well, let's put it this way. Without a map, let's say, for example, I'm in Portland and I want to go to New York City. So if I just start out, basically, if you don't have an outline, you don't have a map. I mean, you have this picture that you see right here, but as you can see, this is not very efficient the way I'm doing this, because I'm going to get all sorts of lost, and it's basically going to take me forever to reach New York, to reach the end of my destination. But when you go ahead and use an outline, what happens is it changes. It becomes this kind of image to you. And what this is basically an outline is your map to your story. And when you use, for example, let's say that you use one of the standard or types of outlines that Domit talks about in her book, or even just the kind that you're used to, it's like you're doing this. We're typing in Portland. Oops, there we go. And then we're going to type in New York City, and bam, we're going to get something really amazing. Look at that. What we're going to get, so we're going to choose the type or style of outline that has the right amount of detail for our type of thinking or our type of writing style. And what this is going to do is it is going to help you get from point A, Portland, to point B, New York, in the most efficient and best way possible. And your outline can actually change, or it can evolve as you write, where you add scenes and details from here to there, because it's supposed to mature as you go. So let's say, for example, I want to stop by Indianapolis on my way there. So I'm going to add this to my route. All right. And then we've got some new ways of traveling. We can go this way, or we can go that way. Either way, whichever one we think is going to be more fun. Or do we want to go through Colorado, Kansas, and Missouri? Or do we want to go through Nebraska and Iowa? I probably actually would choose this one, even though it isn't as efficient, because I've been to Nebraska and it's not as fun as you think. And this is probably a more pretty route. I don't know. But as you can see, we can definitely change our outline. We'll still get from point A to point B. And the best of all, what happens is you will be able to map, pun intended, out your beginning, middle, and end, which will help you to keep from writing yourself into a corner and increase your likelihood of finishing